All right, hello everyone. Here in sunny Los Angeles to show you how to do a frequency tuning disc test demonstration with someone. Yannick here, he's a fit individual. He's got his nutrition correct, he's got no health problems. He's stronger than me if we were to do an arm wrestle, but if he stands on his left leg, raises his right leg, cups his hand around me, he's not pulling up. This is the same test you could do with anyone. We don't have a disc yet. He's just gripping the hand, and I'm gonna push straight down to match his leg so that it should be the easiest for him to resist this. But it doesn't take very much pressure to knock him over. You can try it again. You can practice it as much as you want. See, he's kind of tensing up. It's kind of hard to do, but it doesn't take very much to knock him down. He bends. So we did this test earlier with him, and I was kind of interested. I'll show you. There's 2 discs on this bracelet, just keep it in mind. Same thing. And in this case, he is stronger, but I can still tip him pretty easily. So I was thinking, what's going on? I know he's got the watch on. He's also got 2 phones in his pocket. Yeah, so normally this should overcome the phones, but we actually tested them both. This phone wasn't really a problem. It was this phone that was the problem. So let's show. Just got the regular phone now. Keep that on. And the watch still. And he's still significantly stronger at this point. He's not going down and my hand's hurting. Right? Yeah. He is stronger than me, so it's going to be hard to get him down either way. But yeah, my hands are indented. It's pretty difficult. Put this phone back in. Here, swap them out. Yeah. And we could try it again and again. I hope the camera can see that I'm not trying to do any trick here. We're going straight down. Still, he's giving out pretty quickly. That's it. So you can take all of them out. This was worrying me. It's showing us that the technology is getting better than the disc. Let's take the watch off too. The disc still have the same strength, but that phone really was interfering. So even though, see him bending a little bit, you're waiting until he actually gives out. And yeah, my hand's really getting hurt at this point. So I gotta put a lot of pressure in to actually try and knock him down. And the reason I think this one is worse is because it's coiled over on itself. It's like taking a phone charging cord. If it's just laid out straight.
Open it to show.
If it's just laid out straight, it's not a problem. But as soon as the coil starts to go over and cross itself, it actually becomes a lot more harmful. So I'm pretty sure we should be able to actually test this. Let's do it one more time with your other phone out. Oh, my other phone out. If we just straighten this phone out, this is the test we haven't done yet. It shouldn't be as bad, actually. And there you go, it isn't. He's still holding up strong. So I didn't know that. This is the first time I've ever seen a phone like this. But apparently when it's closed in on itself, it's a lot more harmful. So you can repeat this test on anyone you want. You don't actually need a disc. You should also be able to see that when he has nothing on him, no disc, no phone, no watch, he should still be stronger. Any person should still be stronger. You don't need a disc to do this test. And you can get him down, but he's still a lot stronger. One more time just to finish it off. Just take one of the phones. No disc.
Bend it?
No, it doesn't matter. Just no disc.
Yeah.
Harder for him to balance.
It's just hard. Yeah, it's so hard to balance.
Okay. No problem at all.
Yeah.
You can repeat it on anyone you want. They say it's pseudoscience. Well, put any strength or balance test on any person, you should be able to see a difference with a phone, without a phone. Thank you, Yannick.
Thank you.
Alright, and I figured I would show you some more tests here, just to show that it does work on anyone. You can show anyone how weak they are without a disc on. And of course, most of these people have a phone in their pocket. But even if they don't, just the residual EMF from the Wi-Fi's in the building here and all the other phones in the building and the power lines and all that. And yeah, look at this guy. You can see a huge difference. Generally, the weaker they are to begin with, the bigger of an effect you'll actually see. So that first test with Yannick, he was actually pretty strong. But I was surprised that there wasn't a huge result until we took that second phone out of his pocket. It's just showing that the phones have gotten a lot stronger now. But you can see this guy, you know, Mike here doesn't have to put really any effort in to tip him over. Most people are like that. They're just easy to topple over. And it might not be that obvious on camera, but if you do this with people, you'll see. It's just, you don't have to put much effort in to topple almost anyone over, even if they go to the gym or whatever. And then yeah, even a big strong guy like Mike, he can hang off of some people, putting his full weight onto them when they have the disc, and they still resist it. And actually, you see this guy who walks by here? Just a coincidence that he walked by the mall here. This is in Windsor, Ontario, by the way. Central Mall on Tecumseh. That guy is one of the 2 people we've ever seen who were so strong that it didn't matter whether they had a phone on them or not. Both Mike and I could not actually get him down. So that guy's actually freakishly strong. He's a truck driver, but he works out and just... Yeah, some people are just a freak of nature where they're so strong that you can't actually get them down in the first place, so you really can't measure any difference. But literally, only 2 people have ever been that strong, or that resistant to EMF, I guess, that we couldn't see a result. But all the normal people here, you can see there's a massive difference. Even if they bend over a little bit, you can feel when someone actually tips. We call it tip. It's when they actually give out. This guy here, young guy, he should be able to stand in a straight line. This shouldn't be a very difficult thing for us.
So that's how you are now without the phone. Put your phone on the counter real quick. Just see what happens now.
But it's not until he takes that phone out where you really see the difference. Look at that. Now he can resist it normally. Still doesn't have perfect strength and balance, but you can see adding that phone again, just nothing. You can tip him over like nothing. Put a disc on him. Now he's strong as a rock. And Mike is a real strong guy, by the way. I have to emphasize that. Having this big, strong guy pushing down on you, it's amazing that many people are still able to stand in a straight line with him putting all that force in. And we're not trying to fool anybody here, by the way. Some people say, oh, he's probably pulling out when he does it the first time and then pushing straight down the second time. So it's easier, of course. And a straight line should be the path of most resistance. It should be hardest for us to tip you if we push straight down. But you can see the video here. This is not a carnival trick. We're not trying to trick people. You can do this by yourself. Lots of people take these discs and go do this test with their friends and family. We're teaching you here. Push straight down. Do not pull out. You'll tell. You can pull people over very easily if you pull their arm out. You want to push straight down. And again, we see people much stronger with the disc. And usually much stronger just by taking the phone away, or now taking the smartwatch away. And by the way, before cell phones, we used to do this demonstration with a TV. We'd get them to stand next to a television set just for a few minutes. After doing the test the first time on them, get them to stand by the television set, show them how much weaker they are now that they've been exposed to the static electricity, and then put a disc on. And here's something we like to do. You'll see Mike here actually puts the disc under his shoe. This is just to show that it's not conductive. This is not an electrical thing. These discs are charged with the frequencies that are supposed to be in your muscles, nervous system, skeletal system. So it works even when it's like in your aura, we say. It could be in your pocket, it could be under your shoe, it could be under a steel toe boot. It doesn't matter as long as it's within your energy field.
Your bracelet affects the body, so put your feet together for me. Hands to your side. Give me a grip. Hold on to my fist. Hold it tight. Stand on your left leg. Raise your right leg. Lock your body solid. Don't pull up. Just hold that firm. Don't tip when I push down, okay? Ready? Okay, one more time. Up. Lock it up. Don't tip. Okay, you tip. All right, now slap this on.
Now that's power.
So now when I put this on, it automatically starts tuning 3 frequencies in your body at the cellular level. Give me a grip. Same thing. Lock it up. Don't tip. Ready? Ready? Your body didn't move. So that's showing you that when that goes on, it's automatically tuning up your body. Your strength is increased at probably at least 50%. And all of a sudden, your body now is taking care of itself at a totally different level. That strength you have is yours, my friend.
Pick anybody who's walking by the aisles, anybody who's walking down the street. You can show them they're weaker when they're exposed to EMF. A lot of people can't even stand on their one leg while they have their phone in their pocket. Young people can't even stand properly. Can't balance themselves with a phone on. You could use other muscle tests too. We just find this one very effective. Look at that. This guy's strong as a rock now. A lot of times, actually, their hand will give out before their body gives out, because it can be hard to keep that grip. And sometimes people ask for science about this. We don't have any science. We're a couple of guys in the mall. I'm now a guy on Instagram who sells supplements, and often, I usually don't even bring these discs up, because people who believe in nutrition tend not to believe in this hocus pocus hippie stuff about energy and frequencies, but I promise I've seen the fastest results ever using discs. Nutrition takes time. It takes time to rebuild tissues. It takes time for food habits to change. And it's much more of a commitment, a lifestyle, right? But just slapping a disc on, we can see a result in seconds. We've seen all kinds of things that I know we sound crazy for even saying. We've seen Parkinson's people stop shaking basically immediately. We've seen people walk in with crutches because they have MS. They can't walk properly, and they walk out without the crutches. We've seen people stand out of wheelchairs. Not paraplegics, but disabled people who were suddenly given so much energy and strength from the discs that they were able to stand up. Now, I can't promise anything. I'm not making any claims here that this will definitely happen to you, but a lot of people trust my opinion on nutrition, and it's the same here. We sell these based on word of mouth. We sell it based on this demonstration and any other strength demonstration that people want to try out. And since I do this mostly online these days, I don't get to do a lot of these demonstrations anymore, so people just trust me, and people do come back with results. Most of the time, the results are very obvious and quite quick, and we actually expect the results to get better over time. If you see a result quickly, you can expect an even better result over time.
All right, so we're going to do a little demonstration on John here, and we're going to put the disc on the bracelet on the floor under his rubber shoe. So that means the disc is not touching him, it's not conducting to him. The next thing that we're going to get John to do is a little kinesiology strength test. We're going to get him to stand on the left leg, raise his right leg once he's up, using all the power in his body, resist coming down as I push as hard as I can to try to tip him over. Obviously, he didn't move very much there, using both hands and all my power. Now, with the bracelet away, one hand, and I push, and you can see his body crumbles. This is the power of the bracelet. This is the power of frequency tuning. When your body has the energy tuned to where it needs to be, the average increase in strength is 48.9%, and the ability to heal and make you healthier, stronger, and get rid of pain and other issues is absolutely amazing. Check out BodyTune now.
And I'll show you even more demonstrations. I know it gets repetitive, but let's see some real people and their actual testimonies.
My husband gave me this bracelet. I put it on while we were opening family Christmas presents, and within 5 minutes I could feel the difference already changing. I could feel like the pain lessening. It was really weird. And then today when we went out for dinner, I said the test would be if I can get up off the chair at the restaurant, because that's the worst part for me. And I could, not perfect yet, but I could. So it is working.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You came in yesterday and got a bracelet, and we just barely fit on your ankle because your ankle was so swollen. Look at it now.
Yep.
We could barely get that on yesterday.
Yep.
How do you feel?
Good.
And let me actually read you this email I got recently. This guy just bought one disc. He said he put one of the discs through the hair tie to tie his hair in a ponytail. Within the first 30 seconds, I could feel my third eye energizing. I don't know exactly what that feels like, but this is something we've heard before. And I lied, he actually bought 2 discs here. Another hair tie created, you put a hair tie through the disc. Put that one as an ankle bracelet around my right ankle. A noticeable reduction of edema, swelling, just like that lady, along with getting more sleep. And he was taking a supplement here as well. And he's saying here that anytime he has an issue, he finds it's good to approach it in 3 different ways. Which I agree with. You don't want to just rely on magic discs here to fix all your problems. So he's saying this time here he used the energetic field, the frequency tuning disc. He's hitting it also with the physical, herbal supplementation, and the lifestyle of getting more sleep. Like, you actually have to do all these things together. You can't take a herb that's good for sleep and just expect it to fix everything. If you're staying up all night watching TV, you need to actually consciously stop that as well. So this guy's smart. Hit it in 3 different ways, and I agree. Lifestyle, nutrition, and EMF. And the discs are the #1 entry-level product for helping your EMF, in my opinion. They're the cheapest anti-EMF product on the market that I've ever seen that actually works. I'm sure there are several others on the market. Lots of them have come onto the market recently, and I'm sure lots of them do work really well, but none of them cost as little as $40 that we sell these for. And by the way, even if it was placebo, $40 one-time purchase is a great deal for a placebo. But I definitely don't think it is placebo, since this works with pets too. We've seen dogs who couldn't climb up the stairs. Put a disc on, now they can. All kinds of things. So this guy's also saying he's been alternating the hair tie and using it as a bracelet, placing it around his left wrist, which he was having what appeared to be calcification on the top side of the wrist. Within 16 to 24 hours of application, the pain is gone in both the right ankle and left wrist. Area is freeing up, and when rotating them, when getting up in the morning, they are cracking. So the cracking is more of a nutritional thing, but it seems he was happy with this purchase because he bought some more discs afterward.
First, I didn't want it. I never tried it. I put it on. I wore it for 2 days, and it works beautiful. I'm almost pain-free.
Nice. Thank you.
You're welcome.
My name's Brad Harrison. I've been sick for about 2 years now. They couldn't really find out what was wrong with me. They've been giving me all kinds of experimental drugs. I've been on liquid morphine for the last year. I bought this bracelet last Sunday. I've been 6 days without any pain, without any aggravation at all. And I haven't taken any morphine in 6 days.
Do you have a cell phone on you? Okay, leave it there for the moment because I want to show you that that's very bad energy and it's hurting you. Okay? And so let's do that first. So I'll put my hands in here. You just give it a grip, hold on to it firm. I'm going to use this to push down. You are not going to pull up, you're not going to lean, you're not going to do anything. What you're going to do is you're going to raise your right leg and then use all your core muscles to resist, so that when I push down, I get a true reading of what your ability is to resist me, and then we'll find out how we go from there. So again, right leg up. Do not relax the arm. Relax the body. Okay? All you're going to do is right leg up and resist. Right leg up, resist. Hold this firm. If I push, so that's your tipping point. It should be the same every single time. Let's do it again. Right leg up. Relax the arm. Right leg up. Lock and resist. Exactly the same, right? Okay, so now, cell phone out, onto the counter. Okay, so, if that has no effect, you should do exactly the same. Okay. Right leg up, lock and resist. Okay.
Nice one.
Wow. Okay. That's like a magic. Oh, back in. Okay. That's wow. So put the phone back in. Okay. Right leg up. Lock and resist. Yeah. Wow. Right? Oh. So the disc.
You want to do it one more time with the phone? Take the phone out?
Yeah, just
Because that was a good one.
No, it was like that. Yeah. Right leg up. Lock and resist.
Nice.
Wow. Okay. That's amazing. No, for real. Yeah. See, yeah. Okay. Wow. Now, with the disc. Okay. At first, I won't even put it on you. Okay. Okay. Like this. On the floor, your left foot on there. Okay. Yep. So under the shoe, rubber insulated, no conductivity directly to the body. Right. Hands to your side. Give me a grip. Right leg up. With the cell phone. With the cell phone. With the cell phone. Again. Leg up. Okay. That's now on your wrist. Right leg up. Nope. Relax the arm. Lock it. Ready? Go.
That one was so good because he was actually angled out.
Yeah. Oh wow. So that's what that is. That's what that does. Okay, thank you.
I'm a bouncer. I've been a bouncer for 23 years, so I got all kinds of aches and pains. We used it, and it's amazing what it does. It took away all the pain on my body, the swelling. So my wife, she got one. She tried hers, and it worked for her. She gave one to her mother who's got arthritis. The arthritis swelling went down. The pain went away. So I mean, you can't. There's no way you can't say these things don't work.
I didn't tell her about the what I was giving her the bracelet for. She wore it for I guess it was a month, 2 months, and the issues with the pain in her hands was incredible. She came back to me and said, "What's in that bracelet that got rid of the pain?" And she wants to get more for her friends.
Yeah, once you try it, you'll want to get one because they work really well.
And yeah, make sure to tell them not to pull up with their arm. They're just keeping their arm straight. They're just resisting the pressure that we're putting down. If they pull up, it throws the whole thing off. We just want them to stand straight as possible and resist us as much as possible so we can see the difference with the phone, without the phone, with the disc, without the disc. And so this man here, you could see that it took nothing at all to tip him before with the phone in his pocket, but when he took it out, he's got to find his little balance here, but once he gets it, look at that. Look how much stronger he is. Incredible. No disc added, just removing the phone. Puts the phone back in, he's super weak again. It doesn't matter how many times you do this. You don't get any better at doing it with practice. I mean on the recipient end here. It's not like your balance gets better just because you've done it 10 times. You can do this all day if you want. Take the phone out, put it back in, you're weaker with the phone. And as I said earlier, the weaker you are to begin with, usually the more impressive the result is, as with this man.
Motorcycle accident 2.5 years ago. I broke my hip and I broke my tibia, and since then I've had extreme pain. I came here, I got this bracelet. It was almost immediately that I had pain. It's great. I've had to come back twice from Kingston. It's like a 3-hour drive because I've lost it, and I also had to get one for my arm where I had tumors taken out. So it's great. I totally recommend it. I think everybody should have one.
My name's Gary Soden. I tried the bands and I walked all around the mall here, and I found it 100% different. Like, even by now, my foot is ready to fall off, and I hardly feel any pain whatsoever, and it feels awesome.
What was your problem originally here?
It's like a lupus disease I have, and walking around and going up and downstairs and everything can really bother me. And it's not too bad.
And how long have you had it now? Just
the disease, I've had it for about 2 years.
Okay. And the bracelet, how long before you felt the difference?
Maybe 5 minutes at most before I felt the difference.
All right, excellent. All right, thank you very much, Gary.
You're welcome.
This guy here is another strong guy, gym guy, still tips like nothing with a phone in his pocket. Hard to even get the balance. Doesn't matter really how strong you are, unless you're like that 1-2 freak people that we've seen that are just so strong. Otherwise, for everybody else, it doesn't matter how much muscle you have. You're weaker with a phone. Take the phone out, just. just like this guy, much stronger. Phone back in. Again, doesn't matter how much you practice this, still tip like nothing. Doesn't matter if they're barefoot or what type of shoes they're wearing. Put the disc in. Strong as a rock. Still has the phone on him.
Yeah, we bought these bracelets a year ago, and our health's improved 100% since, and I wouldn't go without it at any time. But he had to fight me to take it off and clean it today. I send all my friends for it. I recommend anybody that has pains and aches to get one of these. It's not like the block ones or the stone ones. It works. It doesn't break. And then once all break on you, you're buying them all the time, and they really don't work like this does. Try one.
Nice.
And they look nice, and they feel good, and you can wear them in the shower, whatever you're doing. Don't take it off once it's on. All it does is improve it every day what you're doing.
That's it.
Thank you.
And with this test, I actually learned that you don't even need to have the phone on for it still to have the negative effect. On this first test here, he was using my phone in his pocket, but we tried it again with his phone that was actually turned off, and it still made him just as weak. So one part of it is all the signals the phone are giving out, but another part of it, I think, is that all the metals in the phone, the copper, the gold, the silver, all of that actually holds on to, in my theory, holds on to the bad energy and stores it. It's like an anti-frequency tuning disc, right? Because the discs have good frequencies embedded into them. And so these devices, even when they're turned off, they still affect us. Not as much, probably, but yeah, to my opinion, they're basically an anti-disc. They hold the energy regardless. And that's why we use brass, by the way, because the copper in it holds the energy very well. So that same copper in your phone is going to hold the bad energy too.
Hey John, you want to tell us why you wear your body tune bracelet?
Yeah, well, one thing I definitely noticed about it was in my workouts, my strength was like it's never been. I was blown away with how strong I was and my energy, how I could just work out for as long as I wanted to keep going. And I noticed that my muscle recovery would be much quicker. Like I wouldn't feel the swelling as much. Just little things I noticed.
This is before you did the nutrition, right?
Before. The bracelet was before the nutrition, yes.
Cool.
But just in my balance, how amazing my balance is when I do one leg squats in mid standing calisthenics. But just things like that, like my balance, my strength. And I noticed that my cell phone, when I use my cell phone and I have it to my head, I don't get as much of a headache.
Thank you, John.
This next man here, I believe he had a back injury, so Mike's being very gentle when he's explaining it and when he's doing the test. So he's not only explaining, the tipping thing, but he's also asking him to report how much pain he felt when he was doing the test. And this guy's actually one of those remarkably strong people, even with the phone. You'll see when he does the test. But he still reports pain.
Oh, he's a brute. Okay. So he's good and strong, but do you feel a lot of pain in your back when they did that? Yeah. Okay,
So here Mike puts a bracelet on him, but he also goes and tapes a disc to his back, which is something we commonly do in the store setting. If somebody has a pain that they can point to, we'll actually just tape a disc right there and hope that within the time we're talking to them that the pain will go away. And in this case, I think he's just hedging his bets. He wants to do the test and show that the man won't have pain when he applies the pressure.
You feel as much pain? No, not as much. So, okay, relax your arm. Okay, very good. That's like fun.
Cats.
Yeah, shoot the cats. No, can you grip? I think I like that.
Awesome.
Just tell us what you just told us.
Yeah, I had this pain for more than 4 months, and now I'm wearing this, and then the pain is almost gone.
How long?
Maybe 5 minutes.
Awesome. Thank you.
Amazing, guys.
I tried with so many
Creams and
stuff, and never
Nothing.
works.
In 1977, I was rear-ended probably close to 100 miles an hour. I was at a dead stop, and my life changed that day. So for the next year and a half, I was off work, spent most of that time on the floor in agony. After a year and a half, I started to get my life back together, but every time I tried to do anything physical, it would create pain in my back, spasms in my back. The pain was so bad it would drop me to the floor. I've had to crawl my way into bed at certain times because you're locked up and your body can't do anything. And it was just trying. So I tried everything: physio, chiro, Percocet, Cure, orthopedics in my shoes, you name, you try anything to get relief. After 30 years of suffering with this pain, I was down to the point where I was walking hunched over, turned into sciatica down my right leg. It was excruciating. I was married. I went on a vacation. While on this vacation, I thought I was going to have to stay at my hotel or go home. I said to my wife at the time, I need to find something, otherwise this is not going to be any fun. So I went out that next morning and started buying anything and everything that I thought could help. I bought gel insoles for my shoes, I bought a magnetic bracelet, and then I ran into this gentleman selling this device. Believe it or not, it was this simple little device that actually changed my life. You look at it, it doesn't look like much. It looks like a washer. But I can tell you, this is the most powerful thing that I've ever been witness to in my life, with what it's done for my life and a lot of people that I know and I've been dealing with for over the last 10 years. When I ran into this gentleman and he did a test with me, and this test, it made me feel so weak. And I know I'm not a weak person, but the way this test worked, I crumbled. And when I crumbled, I knew there was nothing that I could do to resist this 70-year-old man from pushing me over. That's how bad it was. And then he put one of these on me, and the test changed dramatically. Whereas I was so powerful, I was so strong, he could not push me over. And at this time I felt that I could literally take him, pick him up, and toss him. That's how much power I felt that I had in my body at the time. So all I could say at that time was, there's something going on here. And I bought my first one. This now has become the most important thing in my life when I come to sharing with people how they can maintain their health. The next things that happened was, over the next 2 days, I actually felt my body changing. I felt less stress, less pain throughout my back. I felt like the things that I was trying to do, I could do easier, and they were becoming easier as each day went on. So I was able to finish my vacation, yay! And at that time, I went home, kept wearing my bracelet at the time, and just went on with my life. So after coming home and wearing it for an ongoing period of time, just kind of forgot about it, knew it was there. What happened was, I knew that when I stood up, my back was hunched over and I was in distress. After about 6 to 8 weeks of having that one bracelet, I was getting off my couch and I went straight up with no resistance to keep me hunched over. And I noticed that my back pain was almost basically completely gone. And at that point, I picked up the phone and I called them up and I said, luckily I'd gotten their number, and I said, is it possible that my back pain is gone because of that bracelet that I purchased? The gentleman said, yes. And of course, I told you my story quickly. His story was he had arthritis from being a long distance runner and it developed in his ankles. It was so bad that he was ready to get an operation to get a resolution. Somebody loaned him one, wore it for a week. At the end of the week, all his arthritis pains and symptoms were gone. Gave it back. A week later, they all came back. Went and bought his own. A week later, they were all gone again. He said, I have to share this. That's how I ran into him, and that's how he got into the business. So now, I have my first evidence of how good this is for me. At that point, I decided to order a lot of them and get the rights to my country. At that point, I was able to sell globally, and I got them in, strapped my whole family up with them. Everybody started getting results. It was an amazing thing to be able to help people in such a simplistic way by strapping on a bracelet with discs that have frequencies in them that are directly related to keeping your body tuned up and working like a fine-tuned automobile from an electrical point of view. That's all it does. All it does is just tune the energies in your muscles, bones, and nervous system in order to enhance those areas' functionability so everything is rocking like a tuned up Ferrari inside your body. So, as I started to understand more about the technology, how it worked, I decided that it's time to go out to the public and start sharing this. So, I opened up at a flea market, and believe it or not, I was going in for a period of time, about 3 months at the time, and believe it, it's still functioning today and supporting. The business is doing amazing. We've expanded to take on nutrition and all kinds of different things, but the bottom line is we're able to help people. My position and the things that I do help so many people. I have people who have come to me in wheelchairs, hardly able to actually get out of their chairs to get a treatment from me, and I have evidence that within 30 minutes I've had people up doing the jig when they came in a motorized wheelchair. I have people who came in with crutches, people who are basically waiting for knee operations, hip operations, where when we strap these things on, their pain goes away and they're able to function with less restrictions and more movement. And we've literally had people who have been able to cancel knee operations and stuff because of how the energy heals the body when it's there and it's needed. So there's so many different things that have happened over the years, which is turning into decades that I've been doing this now, and the evidence is strong. And now that we know that the technology is growing stronger and harder and faster, so the changes that it's going to be doing to our bodies is going to be even more evident. We need to keep everything tuned in our bodies to maximize our body's ability to take care of us. So this has been a very rewarding experience dealing with the frequency tuning, helping so many people to actually be better. In my estimation, I would say that over the 10 plus years that I have been doing this, 95% of the people have a positive effect when the band goes on. The other 5%, I believe it's a combination of medication and possibly their energies, where if they don't get the actual results. But 95%, and some of it is dramatic. And I mean so dramatic that sometimes I'm left blown away and in disbelief of how somebody's body changes when energy is applied to it. That's how powerful this thing can be at certain times. So I've seen so many things over those years that include personal injuries, motorcycle accidents, car accidents, you name it. And I have associates who are now in the business because of their experiences breaking an ankle and then using the bracelet instead of medication in order to keep the pain down. So these things are amazing. I totally recommend that you look into it. Ryan and I have been dealing with this for quite a while now, and I know even as a much younger individual, Ryan was shocked when I was first introducing it to him and the results that he actually felt and his people around him. And so that's why he's so in tune with this now, and he was able to spend so much time with me learning about it as we were working together throughout the last couple of years. So be sure to check out the bracelets and the effect, and understand that this is one of the most powerful things that can help your health and bring your body into tune. And I have some people who do energy healing, and when she tried to work on me, she works on my whole family, and I got her to do me a couple of times because I wanted to see. She actually came back and she says, whatever is going on inside your body, the energy is just amazingly strong and powerful to keep me healed and working well. So that was a nice confirmation that somebody who actually does very positive energy healing was able to feel that this thing is working efficiently. And so many other people who are energy sensitive are able to pick up on what these things are capable of doing. I've literally had people freeze and go, what is going on here? Because the energy that's going on around my booth was so powerful, especially when I had all the bracelets with the disc on them. It was amazing how it could attract people at certain times. So again, be sure to check it out.